friends, Lissa here for another video. Today I want to talk about a question that I get absolutely all the time and everybody always wants me to address it, is how do I travel and eat out at non-vegan restaurants as a raw vegan? So I want to address that. When I'm traveling, I haven't really traveled a whole lot since becoming a raw vegan, so I don't have too much experience, but I will go over what I would do if I was to travel a long time, either by car or over to another country on a plane. I did go to Mexico as a raw vegan. I was only there for about 3 days, and it was an interesting experience. Most of you know that I did have cooked low-fat vegan while I was there, and I didn't feel my best eating that way. So those were my raw till 4 experiment, I guess. But had I been more aware of what I could do and how I can ask for food, I probably would have asked the chef or the restaurant person if they could have made me a raw salad. It really is no big deal, and if I've learned anything over the last 500 and some days that I've been raw, is that you can ask. You can ask. You're the customer. You are paying them for their service. They're more than happy to do anything for you if you want. You just have to ask. When I go out for dinner at certain non-vegan restaurants, I always check out and see what they have for salads, and then I just alter them. I take out the animal products. I take out anything cooked like croutons or, you know, I don't know. I don't know what's in them actually anymore. I can't remember. Like corn chips or whatever they put in salads, cheese and eggs and all the animal products and all of that. I take them out and I just ask, I say, because I'm spending full price on this salad and I'm not getting the expensive animal products and all this other stuff, can you load it up with more raw veggies? Just put more lettuce in there, more tomatoes, more green peppers, more whatever you have in the back. And then you can even look through the menu and say, you see a mango encrusted ahi tuna. You know they have mangoes in the back, so you can ask, could you add some mangoes to my salad? And even if they say maybe it might cost a little more to get extra veggies, I always say that's fine. If it's out of your way to do it, I don't mind paying extra because I'm gonna get, and they are really good to me, I get these like massive, huge salads for one entree. And you know, the waitresses say they have, you know, they had a little laugh in the kitchen that it was really fun to make something different that was out of the ordinary. And then the waitress is always like, wow, you ate that whole salad. And sometimes I'll order a second because it was really good. But I like to get lemon on the side, and I just squeeze lemon on it and get some cracked black pepper. And that's great for me. When you're going out to a restaurant, you need to make sure that you eat before. You should always eat before if you know you're going somewhere that is going to be kind of iffy. I always make sure that I look at their menu online if I have time. If I'm winging it and someone just says, hey, let's go meet here, then it's a little different. Then I kind of like to suggest where I like to go. There are places here that do vegan and that will do raw vegan if you ask them in advance. But again, you can just take stuff out of the salad. It's not that big of a deal. You have the right to ask and they'll do it for you because you're paying money for it. If they don't, some restaurants like to say, we don't like to change anything. Then you might be a little strapped for what you can have. Maybe you can just ask, hold the dressing or whatever. They'll do that too for you. But there really is no issue with me eating at a non-vegan restaurant because all the ingredients start off raw in the beginning. They just cook everything for you for the cooked meals. You just have to ask for the raw ingredients. And like I said, I've had some awesome experiences in a lot of different restaurants, and even fast food places you can do raw, believe it or not. I am an artist. A lot of you guys know that I like to paint, and I'm a photographer. Now, way back in the day when I was young, I used to paint cartoons on windows. So I used to paint advertisements and events and stuff like that on windows of various places. I have a friend that owns a Dairy Queen, and I still paint at her store every season we'll do Christmas and Easter and sometimes summer, and we'll do cute little things on there, but it takes me a good 4 to 5 hours to paint the decorations on the window. So while I'm waiting for certain colors to dry, I like to eat. And she has made me the coolest little salads just out of any raw vegetables that she has at the store. And I can add lemon juice to it or whatever. I can even bring my own French dressing to the Dairy Queen and add it to the salad. But there's always, 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 always an option. And if you're traveling and you need to stop somewhere really quick, grocery stores. Grocery stores are your best friend. That's where all food starts, and it's always raw. Just go into the produce section and check out everything that they have there. They've got, you know, if you can't find any ripe bananas, sometimes they have them on the ugly table. You can just grab a bunch of ripe ones there. Or you can just stick to things like apples and grapes and berries. Apples have about the same amount of calories as a banana, so you could just eat a bunch of apples. They're very, very hydrating, and that's what I wanted to say about being on a plane. When you do go on a plane, most airports have fruit. Not all the bananas are ripe, and definitely not the pineapple. I have been in the airports, like I said, when I went to Mexico, they had fruit cups with pineapple, and the pineapple was not ripe, and it was really acidic in my mouth. But there were a lot of places like Starbucks and other coffee shops, little restaurants that had fruit bowls and tons of apples. Apples are so hydrating, and that's one of the main things that people need when they're on a plane. They need to drink a lot of water. It's really dry up in the airplane, so you need to keep hydrated. Apples are great. When you get in there, you can grab a whole bunch of apples, as many as you can find, and stick them in your carry-on and just eat those on the plane. Drink a lot of water, even if you have to use the washroom often. That's probably going to be your best bet. And then once you land and you're ready to go, then you can find a restaurant, and again, you can ask for specific things for your raw vegan diet. There was an idea that somebody had posted in a vegan forum that I am in, and they had this little card that had a list of everything that you could put in a salad. You could make up your own. You could add any fruit or vegetable that you're cool with them putting in there and say, if it's not on the list, don't put it in my salad. So you can actually make your own list. Give it to the waiter and just say, can you make me a huge salad? I'll pay whatever for it. But that's what I need for this, and I need to make it huge. So they'll go about that. If you just ask, most of them are really cool with doing it. So again, for traveling also, I would either ask my destination if I'm seeing family, or whatever I'm doing, I would make sure that there is a high-speed blender there. If not, I will sacrifice space in my suitcase to take my Vitamix with me. That is my most prized possession. So I use it 3 to 5, sometimes 6 or 7 times a day, depending on what I'm making, how many different steps are in a recipe, but I use it often, and I use it daily, at least 3 times a day. I need to take that with me. Now, you don't need it, obviously. If you're going to make a smoothie, you can always eat the ingredients. You can always find different, like, even if it's not a high-speed blender, you can use a regular blender, a food processor, whatever your destination lodging has. But again, I will always take my Vitamix with me because it's very, very important to me to have that. I can eat very, very simply on the go. And when I'm on holidays, there's always grocery stores. Again, there's always, always grocery stores. If I ever take a trip, a long trip, say to Europe, to Italy or whatever, I know that there are going to be grocery stores and I can buy whatever I need for the day, fresh and freshly picked and beautiful and in season. The little town that we like to stay in when we go to Italy, they have this little piazza, and the guys come down from the mountains at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they have this loudspeaker, and they shout out all of the fresh fruit and vegetables that they have in their cart, and everybody just goes down into the piazza with their money, and they just buy what they need for the day, and that's it. So when I go there, I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna have all of this good stuff and have my Vitamix in case I need that. The only things that I might be leery on is maybe finding dates, because that's such a huge part of my diet. I may have to take them with me, depending on airline guidelines, if I'm allowed to take them or not, or I would just call my destination or do some research online where I can find dates when I get to my destination. It really is just planning and making sure that you're ready when you get there. And drinking a lot of water really helps with staying satiated if you can't find any food. If you just can't find anything, then just drink water. Drink a lot of water and just stay hydrated until you're able to find some food. So I hope that video helps somebody. Click like if you like this video and subscribe to my channel to get more notifications for more videos as I post them. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and YouFood, all at Raw Food Romance. And I have my 30-day meal plan. It's 30 days with 90 recipes, all super yum, and they are in the description below. You can click on that and go purchase that if you want. It is the companion meal plan to my 52 to a New You video series that I have up on YouTube. So until the next video, guys, I hope you have a beautiful day and fruit on. Oh, talk